Roboute Guilliman, dubbed the Avenging Sun, stands as the Primarch of the Ultramarines. He was known as a visionary leader, adept in both warfare and diplomacy. Like his siblings, he was spirited away as an infant through the warp and dispatched to a distant realm in a bid to forestall the dawn of the Imperium Age. On Macragge's soil, the infant Guilliman's capsule descended, its arrival witnessed by a cadre of noblemen. Within the capsule lay a child, enveloped in an ethereal glow. Macragge, once a colony of humanity, was governed by a duo of officials known as consuls. Despite its desolate aspect, the planet offered a habitable environment, nestled within the remnants of an ancient stellar empire. Enduring the age of strife, Macragge's industries remained resilient, fostering an authoritarian yet unified society among its inhabitants. Roboute was brought back to Conor, one of Macragge's consuls, who embraced the infant as his own son and bestowed upon him the name Roboute, meaning Great One. Raised under the care of Conor's Sessionelle, Tarasha Uton, a woman of formidable spirit, Roboute exhibited prodigious growth, both physically and intellectually. By the age of 10, he had absorbed the wisdom of Macragge's most learned minds, his insights into history, philosophy, and science, leaving elders astonished. Yet, it was his military prowess that truly distinguished him, commanding an expeditionary force to the untamed region of Illyrium. Roboute confronted the wild inhabitants. Rather than engage in a prolonged conflict, he challenged their leader to a duel. Here, he let the chieftain exhaust himself, then employed diplomacy, presenting the Illyrian chieftain with their most sacred artifact, thereby securing peace and earning their respect. Returning to the capital, Roboute faced chaos as his father's co-consul, Gallen, attempted a coup. Swiftly quelling the rebellion, Roboute assumed sole leadership, implementing reforms that transformed Macragge into a meritocracy, fostering unprecedented prosperity under his enlightened rule. While Roboute waged his campaign against the Illyrian rebels, the Emperor of Mankind and his legions arrived at the neighbouring planet of Espandor. There, tales of the remarkable son of Consul Conor reached the Emperor's ears, revealing the discovery of one of the lost Primarchs. Upon arrival, the Emperor beheld a world thriving in self-sufficiency, prosperity, and military prowess, engaged in flourishing trade with neighbouring systems. Impressed by Macragge's achievements, the Emperor entrusted command of the Ultramarine Space Marine Legion to Guilliman and established their forward base on Macragge. During the Great Crusade, the Ultramarines stood unrivaled in their conquests, surpassing all other legions save the Lunar Wolves in speed and efficiency. Roboute Guilliman's strategic brilliance ensured that every liberated world was left fortified and self-sufficient, with advisors tasked to nurture industry, establish trade routes, and prioritize the welfare of its populace. Meanwhile, Guilliman orchestrated the creation of a formidable military apparatus across Macragge and its domains, ensuring a steady stream of recruits for the Ultramarines. This, combined with Guilliman's tactical acumen, propelled the Legion to unparalleled size and strength. At the onset of the Horus Heresy, Guilliman fell victim to Horus's deception, diverted to the Viridian system while the War Master enacted his treacherous scheme. Ill-prepared for the betrayal, the Ultramarines found themselves at a disadvantage. As they regrouped at Calth, they faced a devastating onslaught from the Word-Bearers. Yet, the indomitable spirit of the Ultramarines, coupled with Guilliman's strategic acumen, proved pivotal. Amidst the chaos, Lorgar orchestrated an assassination attempt on Guilliman, plunging him into a perilous battle in the void of space. Despite the dire circumstances, Guilliman emerged victorious. Amidst the chaos of the Shadow Crusade, orchestrated by Angron and Lorgar, the Ultramarines found themselves facing an onslaught across isolated worlds in Ultramar. With their attention drawn to Calth, the Ultramarines suffered heavy losses, leaving Ultramar vulnerable to devastation. However, a pivotal encounter between Guilliman and Sanguinius of the Blood Angels shifted the tide of battle. United, they embarked on countering the Shadow Crusade. In pursuit of Lorgar, Guilliman led the Ultramarines to Nuceria, engaging both the World Eaters and Word Bearers. Despite Guilliman's prowess, the situation grew dire as Angron unleashed a relentless assault, overpowering the Lord of Macragge. Yet, in a moment of salvation, loyal Ultramarines intervened, rescuing their Primarch from the brink of defeat. In the aftermath of the ruined storm, Guilliman, fearing the Imperium's demise, enacted a contingency plan, establishing Imperium Secundus on Macragge. Rallying the loyalist brethren to his cause, Guilliman refused the mantle of the Emperor, instead seeking counsel from Lion L. Johnson. Amidst the chaos, Guilliman narrowly survived another assassination attempt, foiled by the Alpha Legion's treachery. Confronted by the Night Lord's Primarch Conrad Kurz, Guilliman and the Lion battled together, only to be ensnared in a deadly trap. Miraculously, the activation of the Pharos by Barbarous D'Antioch saved them, teleporting them to safety on Sotha. In the tumultuous era of the Imperium Secundus, Guilliman found himself entangled in discord with Lion L. Johnson, their visions of governance clashing amidst the chaos. L. Johnson's fervent pursuit of Conrad Kurz strained their alliance, leading to clashes over martial law and the handling of rebellions. Their disagreements culminated in the trial of Kurz, where accusations flew, tensions soared, and Guilliman, alongside Sanguinius, dismissed L. Johnson from Imperium Secundus. In a daring bid to breach the Ruin Storm and aid the Emperor, Guilliman embarked on a perilous journey. Ambushed by traitor forces, he narrowly survived an assassination attempt, acquiring forbidden weapons known as Athamas. Yet, as the Loyalist fleet pressed onward, revelations surfaced, and Sanguinius's vision compelled them to Davin. Guilliman grappled with the darkness lurking within the Athamas, realizing their insidious nature. Determined to resist temptation, he shattered the blades, vowing not to succumb to the same fate as Horus. As the machinations of sinister forces unfolded, Guilliman's resolve remained unyielding, forging a path of defiance. Amidst the chaos of Davin, Sanguinius battled the demon Medael, while Guilliman and the Lion fought to reach him. As the conflict raged both on the planet's surface and in the void above, Guilliman's flagship, the Samothrace, fell prey to the demon ship, Veritas Ferrum. Yet, Guilliman and the Lion found unity in battle, felling a colossal soul grinder together. With Sanguinius freed and the forces evacuated, Davin met its end under the wrath of cyclonic torpedoes, unveiling a breach in the Ruin Storm. However, Horus's foresight had forewarned of their approach, leading to a formidable blockade. United in purpose, Guilliman and the Lion engaged the blockade, providing a diversion as Sanguinius and the Blood Angels pressed onward to Terra. Following the demise of the Ruin Storm, Guilliman marshaled his forces for the final push towards Terra. Despite encountering fierce resistance from the Iron Warriors, the Ultramarines persevered, inching closer to their goal. Arriving in the aftermath of Horus's defeat, Guilliman led the charge against the traitors, driving them back from the throne world. In the aftermath of the Horus heresy, with the Emperor incapacitated and many Space Marine legions shattered, Guilliman rose as the foremost leader, assuming the mantle of Lord Commander of the Imperium. He embarked on campaigns to reclaim lost worlds, staunch the spread of chaos, and defend against external threats. He also undertook the monumental task of restructuring the Space Marine legions into chapters, codifying his vision in the revered Codex Astartes. One of Guilliman's notable engagements post-heresy was the assault on Escrador, targeting the Alpha Legion. Despite slaying Alfarius in a fated duel, the Hydra's many heads proved resilient, pushing back the Ultramarines. Ultimately, Guilliman resorted to orbital bombardment to subdue the traitors. Prior to the Battle of Thessala, Guilliman entrusted Belisarius Cawl with two critical tasks: safeguarding his resurrection and pioneering a new breed of Space Marines. In the battle against the Emperor's children, Guilliman suffered severe wounds inflicted by the demon prince Fulgrim. Entombed in stasis, his fate became a matter of pilgrimage, with whispers of his gradual recovery fueling faith in the Emperor's divine intervention. Following the devastation of Cadia and Abaddon's 13th Black Crusade, Belisarius Cawl and Saint Celestine led a group of survivors, aided by Eldar allies, into the Webway. Their journey brought them to Macragge, where Cawl unveiled his millennia-long existence and his mission from Guilliman to revive him in dire circumstances. With Eldar assistance, Guilliman was reborn, just as the Black Legion descended upon Macragge. The newly restored Primarch swiftly repelled the Chaos forces, then confronted the grim reality of the Imperium's decay during his absence. Guilliman's presence itself seemed miraculous, curing ailments inflicted by Nurgle's foul diseases. Appalled by the Imperium's decline into superstition and ignorance, Guilliman convened a war council with his Ultramarines. Determined to confront the Emperor on Terra, Guilliman's revival stirred the attention of chaos, plunging the warp into turmoil. The journey, dubbed the Terran Crusade, encountered numerous perils, including an ambush by Magnus and the Thousand Suns within the Maelstrom. Despite their defeat and Guilliman's capture, the Primarch was ultimately freed, securing escape through the webway. Emerging on Luna, the Imperial forces faced another confrontation with Magnus and his legion. In a fierce duel, Guilliman, bolstered by reinforcements from Terra, battled Magnus, aided by the Sisters of Silence. Weakening Magnus's psychic might, Guilliman dealt a decisive blow, forcing the Demon Prince back into the webway as the gates sealed behind him. After arriving on Terra, Guilliman entered the Emperor's throne room. In a surreal encounter, the Emperor awoke from his eons-long slumber and imparted grim truths to Guilliman, assaulting his mind with the dark realities of the galaxy's history. Though the exact events remain unclear, Guilliman emerged with a renewed sense of purpose, declaring himself Lord Commander of the Imperium once more, and later assuming the title of Imperial Regent. Under Guilliman's leadership, Terra was defended against the forces of Khorne in the Second Battle of Terra. He then initiated the Indomitus Crusade, aimed at reclaiming worlds lost to chaos in the wake of the Great Rift's formation. Over the next century, Guilliman oversaw vast military campaigns and civic reforms, culminating in the Codex Imperialis. As the Indomitus Crusade progressed, Guilliman rushed back to Ultramar to protect his realm from the encroaching forces of Nurgle during the Plague Wars. During these conflicts, Guilliman survived an assassination attempt by Mortarion and his allies on Parmenio. The Plague Wars reached their climax on Lax, where Guilliman confronted Mortarion, despite knowing it was a trap. Though initially defeated and afflicted by the God Blight, Guilliman experienced a vision of reunion with the Emperor, which empowered him to rise again. Channeling the Emperor's power, Guilliman dealt a devastating blow to Nurgle's realm, causing Mortarion to flee. Guilliman's actions led to victory on Lax, where he honoured the fallen and contemplated the Emperor's return and his own beliefs. In the aftermath, Guilliman expressed his intent to journey into Imperium Nihilus to bolster its defences, recognizing the challenges ahead. In the vast tapestry of the galaxy, few figures have woven a narrative as profound and transformative as Roboute Guilliman, scion of the Ultramarines. His return from the annals of history heralded a seismic shift, not merely in the balance of power, but in the very fabric of existence. As the Lord Commander of the Imperium, Guilliman's strategic brilliance and unwavering resolve became beacons of hope in the darkest of times. His Codex Astartes, a tome revered by warriors across the stars, reshaped the very essence of warfare, instilling order amidst chaos. Yet, Guilliman's influence extended far beyond the battlefield, for his vision of unity and progress ignited a fervent resurgence in the hearts of countless souls. In the wake of his ascendance, the galaxy stood poised on the precipice of change, its destiny intertwined with the indomitable spirit of a Primarch reborn.